Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Dusk.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everybody. An extended break there, as I think VGJ.Thunder just needed to calm down after their win. Yang needed to get rid of the adrenaline after the triple ravage that he ended the game with.
That was quite crazy, actually. That was one of the more exceptional team fights that I've seen in a long time. And for sure, VGJ can be happy about the first game. They're 1-0 here in the match complexity. And we're heading into game number 2. This is going to be an elimination game if complexity go down here. So they have to come up with something. Or let's look at what they're doing. The Elder Titan is banned out. Omni Knight is banned out. Well, same respect still being given by VGJ that they gave in the first game. Enchantress and Chen both being removed. They don't want to play against these.
Along with that tiny ban again. So same from VGJ.Thunder exactly. These bans. Complexity. The game bugged? No, never. Just the Tusk is bugged. So VGJ start the game, or start the draft with a Lycan again, but this time not the Shadow Shaman, instead the Bane. See.
Yeah,
Where do they go from here?
Bane is a little bit more lane oriented. Sure that you win the lanes, whereas Rasta, the downside about picking the way they did in the game is that he doesn't do too well against Earth.
5 seconds remaining.
But Tusk situation, he can get rolled on and can really come into a struggle. Look at that. That's the change up. A hero that has been last phase banned, not just the previous game, but overall, people respect Mu Brewmaster, but normally towards the end of the phases where they will ban it. Nice and early, though.
5 seconds remaining.
More teamfight control. Definitely great hero against the Lycan. Not bad against the Bane either. And out by VGJ.Thunder. Gonna have to play some other carry against our Lycan this time. Definitely not a bad matchup for the, but overall the tanker and the Tide, they were really a big story of the previous game.
PL was always kind of afraid if he shows himself too early, he gets, blink hexed by Rasta. If he shows himself too late, he's going to get ravaged after the gyro BKB's done. He really did find himself in an awkward position throughout the team fights in that previous game, but you look at that complexity banning out the Undying now.
Yeah,
removing another lane dominator from the game.
I was reacting to that as well, so just the combination of Bane and Undying would be extremely lane oriented, but would still provide the combination of Lycan and Undying just a lot of stuff to deal with. Previous game. They don't want to go up against that again, understandably so. It's really frustrating to take fights when you're not really fighting heroes, you're just kind of getting run down by all these different things.
So VGJ not commonly picking up Bane in the first phase. They Lycan Dazzle, they Lycan Rasta. I can't too much of Bane throughout their previous draft. So.
Probably influenced by the group stage that they're playing right now. We often talk about trends in Dota, not just in the big meta kind of thing, where Battle Fury trend, for instance, right now, but moreover just LAN trends. So right now, this is a LAN. They're playing in the group stage, and every team is being heavily influenced by watching each other, and seeing what the successful teams are doing, and learning from each other. So
there's also the cool fact,
adapting a little bit.
I never considered this until I went to my first kind of decent sized Dota 2 kind of Premier LAN, but talking to the cast and players there, the scrimming that happens well.
Oh yeah.
You get all the Chinese and NA players coming to Europe, or in this case, everyone's moving
A lot
into
of
Southeast
practice.
Asia. So
yeah, a lot
everyone,
of practice between the teams that perhaps normally would not scrim.
Yeah.
Is what happens
So you
at
get-
the tournament.
again, like we were talking about yesterday, that kind of dissemination of ideas, the hero picks here and there, little gimmicks or strats that people pick up from pubs or scrims, just a different region, different players. You get that flavor. It's the flavor of Genting basically that's come out throughout the group stage. We get into the second phase of picks now. Tidehunter, another respect ban from Complexity there. Don't want to give Yang.
That's the scrimming at LAN events is really how Complexity they ended up having to bring me in, of course, because I snuck my way into their practice room and I was sitting there watching games with them and kind of brain draining them. And then simply Beef, he took one look at me. It's like, you're not leaving with this information. Here's a contract, sign it. And suddenly I'm streaming for Complexity now for over a year.
NDA, must stream.
Yeah, so a few things I can't really say about the good times. Earth Spirit does get picked up as well here. So that's going to be a very powerful early game combination from Jay. Also brings in some nice ways to deal with the Brewmaster. The stun and the silence gives sometimes enough time to bring down the Brewmaster. Of course, it can still be hard to guarantee it, especially when the snowball is around to him up.
I guess it's also pretty good. When there's a Tusk on a team, we used to always look for, like a disruptor or something. You know where the snowball's going to go, and likely it will have at least one enemy hero inside it, so you get these kind of combos. Earth Spirit can, boulder smash, magnetize in onto a couple of heroes.
He can boulder smash away the targets that being snowballed on.
Yeah.
Get away. Not very
Get
common,
away
but,
from the snowball.
but it could happen. Earth Spirit is one of those heroes with crazy potential, right? He can do so many different things. I'm surprised we haven't seen more OD, actually, as you say this, because throughout all of yesterday, I don't think we saw a single OD game.
So it banned a bunch,
yeah, it was banned.
End of second phase or
exactly.
Final phase.
It's definitely relevant in the scene right now. People are playing it in tournaments and scrims, but it hasn't really made an appearance here in any of the 9 games we had yesterday and not the previous game here.
It feels like teams are very focused on trying to pick OD when it's like a Timber or a DK, and they feel, I don't know, a bit standoffish about picking OD when there's not one of those heroes.
He definitely does have quite a few counters, is the issue. There's just a casual Nyx, and suddenly the game can be a lot more difficult to play against the Nyx OD. You're not going to be too happy. But we're unlikely to see it in this. Could be adding some, like for VGJ, I think it could be a quite hero. By Complexity.
The response is the Medusa.
Oh
now,
god.
I was wondering, I was literally just like, Medusa is a very VGJ.Thunder hero. They've got the Lycan already to maybe create some space on the front lines for the Medusa. But there's a Brew and a Shadow Shaman here, and Brewmaster, with the Cyclone just sends Medusa up.
Yeah.
That's the fear that VGJ is going to have, right?
I did not expect this pick at all, because I don't feel like it's even remotely a good hero. So I'm very happy to be proven wrong, of course. But Brewmaster is the go-to counter. I was saying it earlier when we talked the day before yesterday, that in my opinion, Brewmaster is the best hero in the game against Medusa, and by quite large margin, because he just cyclones her 3 times in a row, and the fight is, pretty much had without Medusa having any. And she doesn't really want to buy an early BKB or anything. And even if she does buy a Lincoln Spear, it still gets stunned in Cyclone.
Yeah.
It's not going to prevent it. TB, I'm going to be picked up here by be pretty nice carry here, since he has tons of armor. Hard for Lycan and Medusa to lay into that.
And the reflection against Lycan with all the auras as well is pretty nice.
It is true. However, the Mystic Snake is quite good at clearing off the illusions and actually getting mana up Medusa as well. One thing that's sort of nice in the matchup. But other than that, the Thunder is great at bringing down Medusa very quick. Because if you ever happen to be low HP on Terrorblade, that Thunder is not mitigated by your mana shield or anything like that. A good way to remove all her HP all of a sudden. See how that works out. They have decent push now on the side of Complexity. Shadow Shaman and of course, same can be said for VGJ, who have the like. Other than that, not really that much push. Obviously, a farm Medusa can push. The early game,
there's no one to
like
help the
at all.
Lycan hit buildings.
No, it's mostly just farming, securing the lanes, making sure that Medusa is able to farm Ancient later on. Their focal
10
point.
seconds
I expect them to
remaining.
just be fighting around the Brewmaster a lot, and on the other part of the
5
map,
seconds
dealing with
remaining.
perhaps Lycan.
Timber, Tinker banned, Batrider gone. VGJ.Thunder, options-wise, previous games they've got like a Doom that they can bring out here potentially, but they're running out of really good heroes for the off lane here. Unless they do that kind of thing where they go, you know, an aggro dual lane with Lycan Bane, then they've got a Razor or something, like, or a Monkey King to deal with a Brewmaster in a 1v1.
Still go.
Oh yeah.
Still, I saw the Beastmaster Bane combination yesterday, and it worked out quite.
But Underlord.
Underlord is definitely an option. The only tough thing about Underlord would be Rasta hits hard in laning stage. You could be struggling against Terrorblade, but I think
Double Metamorphosis.
yeah, exactly. he does have quite a nice impact.
Come back with the Templar Assassin. We're
TA
seeing
again.
tons of these games now,
I
Waga.
love it. And Complexity,
blessed.
they're doing it again for me. You know, they picked it yesterday as I was watching, and now they pick it again as I'm watching.
They're going to tweet out in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Waga, you watching?
This is... I'm
Assassin.
appreciating it.
Seems like a pretty good game. You know, you've got like Lycan summons to burn through the refraction, but apart from that, what? Magnetize?
There's really no good refraction killers. Magnetize, you could say, kind of kills the refraction, but very slowly. Okay, they go with Legion. Makes sense now after seeing the TA. Legion becomes a little bit better as well. Just being able to turn that damage back to him.
EB Illusion's good against Brew, just being able to catch the Brewmaster.
Yeah, not as good
But,
against Rasta as it used to be, though, because you can't press the attack off the Hex.
Yeah.
Hex is so scary these days, especially players like or Abaddon. Trying to remove that from teammates. But looking at the drafts, I must say that I favor Complexity, and this is not even about my personal bias. I just didn't like that Medusa at all. I think the Legion is a very nice fit here, since TB and TA. Also, even just duel up the Brewmaster before he ultis.
10 seconds
But maybe limited a little bit in damage to go into the duel. Like, often we look for, you know, burst damage to go in.
Yeah, they don't have the fastest damage. They don't, so it should be hard for him to get a ton of duel 1. Especially since their team, like I said before, is more oriented about farming and having stable performance and not so much chaos. Yeah. Whereas Complexity are looking more aggressive around their try off lane, then, well, TA is going to be farming a lot. Two of them are going to.
So Complexity looking for fights, playing around their TB meta and Brewmaster split timings, basically, try and cycle through the ultis, look for towers. Exactly. Or VGJ. Whether it really is a lineup that looks like it wants to weather the storm.
It is. It's a greedy lineup for sure. But the downside is that down the road, after you weather the storm, there's going to be a blink at some point on the Brewmaster, and Medusa needs a ridiculous amount of farm to be able to actually deal with the Brewmaster. She needs Lincolns and BKB. Even if she has a BKB, the Storm Panda can very easily just send her in the air before she uses it. So we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling this could be, you know, could be headed to a game 3 after this. Well, we're way ahead of ourselves saying that.
I'm inclined to agree. I do like the makeup here of the complex draft. I also like the fact that Z-Freak on the Tusk, Shadow Shaman for coL, feels a little more natural with their, you know, roll to...
They're kind of weird in the way they do stuff normally, yeah. Very often feels like their position 4 player is playing the position 5 hero and, you know, the other way around. But they do it the way they feel is best. It's all about personal comfort on the heroes. And Rasta gonna fit up nicely. coL here, of course, the break on the Tusk.
Then you've got the Moo Brewmaster, you know, the classic. Doing decently for himself up on his top lane, it feels like. Moo-ma.
Shout out to Moo's mom. I'm sure she's watching these.
Facebook. Yeah, shout out to everyone who is watching these games on Facebook.
Yeah, thank you for being part of this and being here with us. And also, shout out to anyone who's tuning in on the Dota TV. For abilities here. So both teams playing pretty tentative here in the pre. We are going to see 3 runes going the way of the Dire. Take a rune on Legion Commander. Very nice to get that starting rune for the offlaner.
Hey, get that quelling blade up and running quickly so you can pressure farm.
Yeah, it's part that,
nicer.
and then, you know, sometimes it can be about getting the magic wand earlier, but I like the build that he's doing here. Tons of HP regen with, you know, 11 tangles at his disposal, and Yang salve as well. A pulled tangle, making a difference.
The big difference maker.
I
mean,
guess they're playing a mid Lycan, so they don't really want to pull tangles to him anyway. If necessary. He has a... This time...
Were we talking about mid-liking yesterday? Because I remember mentioning it and just saying, like, it never happens. But now we've seen it twice from Sylar, right?
Yeah, that's true. We were talking about it yesterday. You know, it's not that common, but he definitely could go up against mids instead. And he's doing a good job here. Obviously, Enfeeble is going to help out a lot. This is nowhere near the same as the previous game where Moon played TA against a solo SF. Very different.
We have the 2v2 mid. Z-Freak, keep this clarity going.
It's hard for Tusk to help here, though. It's hard to actually provide useful help and not just soak experience. Because you don't really want to be draining experience, right? But he's doing a little bit of help there, just making sure some last hits go the way.
And I'm spooked. There's action on all three lanes.
Yeah,
Yang drops low, Moo drops low.
Metamorphosis was popped on the bottom
Meta
lane.
used. So away, mid lane. Continuation of the 2v2. Moo getting gone on again. Fade has the smash and the boulder going in as the Brewmaster. A little bit of a body block here, but it looks like he's tanky enough with... Oh, the snake, the hit. Oh, he's got it. Fade gets in there, doesn't miss that attack.
He even got one evasion there from the juice out, right? Like Elsie would have died faster, but goes down. A little bit too aggressive perhaps, but looking at the creep balance, he's pretty fine with that as well. Not the worst death ever.
Okay, he comes back to lane, he's got double wave under his tower.
Exactly, he's there in time. Gets 3 out of 4 of the melee creeps. Pretty good for farm. The DD rune on top for Lycan, that's gonna be a whole lot of the denying when he comes back, I fear.
Yeah, good luck, Limp.
You better Psyblade this, man.
And now with meta down, it means that Yang can maybe play a little more forward, so Z-Freak comes down here to help this now defensive tri-lane deal with the Legion and maybe look for a kill, but this one Observer Ward watches over the path of Z-Freak. He knows it's coming, so these shackles to start things off will do a decent job at chipping away at Yang. They need the Z-Freak shards and snowball. It should be a dead Legion commander here.
Saving the snowball in case of TP.
Holding on for as long as they can, but Bane has
What?
arrived. Shards do come through. Snowball's still ready, but the shock. There we go, Kyle.
From downtown.
Thank you very much, mates. I'll take that one.
Yeah, that is beautiful. That puts him close to boots, actually, and I think you should let him save up for those boots as well, and perhaps not have him buy a ward right now, because boots and Rasta are pretty important to harass the lane. As we look at the CS score, 18 for 2, or 8 for 2, sorry. 8 for 2 on the TA, who's done pretty good despite the Bane harassing mid. It's all about recovery right now.
The Wolves cancel the clarity. Feels bad.
Yeah, that's a nice little play by Sylar. Heroes like Invoker or Lycan on the lane, always annoying.
Super annoying. Fade is dropping low here. Moo has another clap to go. Oh,
he does not have boots though, so
Sure.
he's just slowly running after. He wants to buy them in side shop, but doesn't want to take too much damage while doing it. Kama trying to deny that range creep. Finally gets it. So many attacks needed. When you're drunk, it's not easy.
It really isn't. So down at bottom lane, they've actually set up Bane and Legion here, doing a few little pulls across, limiting the TP's farm. This is nice from VGJ. Dual lanes across the board, but it does mean that Sylar, yeah, here we go, left alone mid with the shards after the snowball means the TP. Successful back to the tier 1.
Just across the shards. It's so hard to get out of the shards, honestly, with a little bit of bottom blocking and the shards just cutting so, you know, much of your escape route. Really hard to get out.
Angles.
The angles, man, it's hard.
Yeah, Sylar back to tier 1. Got tangos to go.
Yeah,
Give
IO
him some
back to
more.
mid as well. Only level 1 and Enfeebled though, so it's not going to be too bothering for TA once she has the refraction again. There it is.
So Moo gets a little pull across, stacks up a wave up at top, so he's going to get even more experience coming his way. 4 3/4, so
He's doing a great job.
moving very
And
quickly to 6. Yeah.
I would say every core has pretty much an as-expected game right now. No one is having an outstanding game. No one is having a terrible game.
Yeah, Yang does get shackled under his own tower, but a
Oh,
great
but
boulder smash.
Kyle.
Kyle is taking all the damage. The aggro is there. Down he goes. Now the roll forward. Z-Freak's caught out. Doesn't have any spells left. Shards and Snowball both on a cooldown. The Metamorphosis TV
They have the,
can't do anything.
arrows from the sky, and they even have the brain sap. Wow.
They can't kill Chessie here, surely not.
No,
the TP coming in from Rasta means that they'll have to back away.
There's no way they're killing him. Medusa actually moving up aggressively there behind the tower on top. That could be troublesome.
Yeah,
I don't know if he should have done that, but he has Magic Wand.
Moo gives it the old slapper only there.
She can't escape that way. There's gonna be shards. She has to go that way to bait out the shards and then turn.
3-1 charges, mana shield on, off, backwards and forwards, TP out, nicely played.
She gets out.
To get out.
Exactly, that's the thing. She put herself between the tower, and this, while it doesn't hurt as much as dying, perhaps, it does really hinder your farm now. You're gonna miss a lot of experience and gold on your Medusa, and cannot keep you back to the lane. It really takes forever to get back now. He is not the fastest of heroes, and he's running back to base again? What's happening? He's running back, the courier
Bringing a ward.
bringing a ward. Oh, dude, why did you turn for that? You just wasted like 20 seconds trying to... Oh, God.
Not sure.
Well,
Backstab coming in mid though. Sylar bound with the shackles, limp. Nice damage from this refraction. They're waiting with the snowballs. Silence is not going to land, but Sylar's still alive thanks to the boulder smash. Now with the wolves out, Sylar turns to fight Z-Freak. Will be able to bring him down with the help of Fade, but Sylar loses his life as Limp. He's super low, but look at this. Moo has rotated in. 4 heroes here, pretty much with complexity. Oh, there we go with the grip to finish. Ayo now feeling the pain from the bruise split. Will try and nightmare himself, but
no denying possible anymore. Feels bad.
not.
And Medusa actually, you know, everything was calculated. The creep wave just barely stayed out of the tower range, so it wasn't actually too late for a lot of the last hits there. Just barely.
Moo with the last second of Primal Split sends Sylar up into the air.
Such a long duration to around doing nothing.
It looks like they've got this tower.
Oh, tower deny.
Lycan,
The dogs.
Sylar God.
Beautiful. The
As well-
dogs, they do have quite a bit of damage actually. At
What,
this
at
point,
level
they
3 now?
46 damage at level 3 with the level 2 impulse, that is.
It was nicely played by Kyle to get the shackles there, you know, understanding that really the only way that Lycan can deny this tower is with the hero, right? But no, Sylar shows them otherwise.
Of course. Good timing. Commander able to be a little bit more aggressive down here on bottom, as they, of course, took a lot of a beating there on the mid lane, but they got the tower deny, and that's quite big. Not losing too much. Earth Spirit still really level 6 yet. They need this before they can really get a kill and keep.
Sylar back into the jungle.
Running
once he
into
gets his
Moo.
helm. Hello, Moo. A
Gets
rotating
away.
Brew comes in with a one-hit crit, but Lycan ulting, moving forward to try and play aggressively. They've got Yang with a duel here, potentially, but the Metamorphosis from Chessie. Damage coming down from on high, but he's going to run. He's going to hide. He's going to get dueled up by Yang.
He has
the
no
damage,
Thunder.
he can't get out of this one. He is gone,
Yeah.
and a winner over to the Legion as Complexity might lose Moo here as well. Fade has some spells to throw in. Z-Freak has got the kill onto Medusa up at the top lane, but this troll trap into the boulder smash. The damage from the Ether Shock. Yang has fallen, the shackles as well. Bane caught under the tower as they dive for the Brewmaster. Moo has to fall here to make it worth it for
Dear
VGJ,
God.
but Kyle's doing
Everything is
so
dying.
much damage. Look at him go. There, finally get the Bane. Nightmare in onto Kyle. Now chase him in. No, back away. Run and hide. Get away from this tier 1 because the TB has started to arrive.
Earth Spirit needs to roll out, needs to get away, and he does.
Tower is under attack.
Wow, that was crazy and so good for VG.Thunder. They even got the dual win. Sure, they lost the top tower. Meanwhile, it was the split pushing, but still getting the dual win on the TB. I didn't expect him to die that quite that quickly.
Yeah,
But Lycan doing the damage.
he got
And,
slammed.
That was some beautiful activation of their core heroes. You know, they got some really good rotations, and that almost got the entire level 6 for Earth Spirit.
Dire's bottom
Big.
tower
Medusa
is
did die
under
top as
attack.
well as that tier 1, so having the best of games here on the Medusa. 3k net worth or so, even with the TB. So it's pretty balanced there across the net worth of heroes from side to side, and that's pretty much just shown in the, you know, the net worth lead is pretty much nothing
Yeah.
for VGJ.Thunder. Lost their mid tier 1, their top tier 1, and now will really have to start thinking about how they take objectives themselves with this Lycan, because he wants to go and make things happen now.
Exactly, they do. And this is sort of what we expected as well, that the Tusk Brewmaster, Rasta, they're all trying to fight together. Meanwhile, TA just split pushing, and TB, well, in this case, he was the one being jumped on, but he really just wanted to be farming zip freight. So there's a Fiend script waiting for you if you walk up a little bit too far. Out safely. Don't get jumped quite yet.
There's a red dot. I don't know. There's a red dot on the map.
An Earth Spirit Stone.
Okay. I'm like, what is it? Why is it there? Why can't I see it? It's off the map.
Next level high ground ward. Yeah.
I can see everything.
It's very confusing. I had a game where we had Earth Spirits and TA and Broodmother in the same team. There were just red dots everywhere, and I played the TA, so it was really frustrating because I didn't know where my traps were, because all of them looked the same on the minimap, right?
So you're clicking webs and looking at stones.
Like, damn it, where are my things? Very hard to keep track of, actually. It works completely against us.
Sylar again with the Hellbear. It seems that he has a very particular way. He likes to play this Lycan with the Hellbear Smasher. A great little roll into Silent Stun into the grip. And Moo dispatched.
That was a beautiful roll in by Fades. Yeah. He just landed that one beautifully. Top, they're trying to do something, but can't reach.
The perfect there from VGJ. Getting Yang out of danger top, dodging the trap as well. Bringing down this tier 1 down at bottom. Medusa.
Oh, the ward trap. They're going for a Legion Commander.
The Legion with the shackles as well. Fade now slow to the trap. Limp going in with a Mail Strike ready. Fade has nothing left to give, and he's gonna die.
Yeah, they don't even need to use anything. Dead. Wow, those are some really massive kills. They're gonna get a tower with it, using those Rasta wards to get a kill on Legion, and then getting to push the tower with the catapult as well around. I'm not sure they're gonna get the entire tower if everyone rotates, but
Limp
seems like they're just giving it up.
Limp has a Blightstone here.
Yeah. Adding quite a bit of pressure.
A bit annoying, but...
Okay, they are defending it.
Enough money for Blink here for the Limp TA. Very important.
Not even a tower deny. He held his Rasta wards
for the catapult attack.
Kyle, giving himself a well played. Good job, Kyle.
Oh, classic. Americans.
American.
Well, Chessie gets at least a little bit of breathing room here, right? The bottom lane not going really as he would have liked. It went okay for a bit, but things quickly got out of hand as Lycan rotates in and Bait comes along.
Yeah, definitely. So. He did only die once, though, so it's not the worst early game as well for a Terrorblade. But we'll see if more pressure is going to be added here by VGJ. They're kind of moving towards the top part of the map, wondering if they want to take one more tier 1 tower. Man, there's one Earth Spirit Stone that's even like outside of the frame of the minimap right now. Do you see
the one at bottom? That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, even lower than that one. Like you see in the down to the left of that. This. Oh, there it died. Never mind.
It's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was one like down here somewhere that.
I saw that one.
Away. All right, where are we now? Blink I saw is nearly up on Moo, but oh wow, Yang one as well. So we're gonna get the offlane is having Blink soon. The Lycan's ready to fight. The TB Metamorphosis is down for 1 minute. The VGJ have this kind of perfect sweet spot to go and hit
Kyle has
with
to be
the
careful.
timing. Garment.
He does have a ward, so he sees them. He doesn't want to step too close.
They've jumped onto the TA instead. The grip is there with Magnetize, and Limp has given himself over to the dark side.
Come on, Limp. Saw them moving, and that's a sloppy death. He shouldn't die like this. He definitely saw them. I mean, Kyle was baiting that they might try and go on top, but they should understand that they can just move over there as well. A little bit of mispositioning there by him.
It was the lag.
It was lag.
So VGJ now.
Oh God!
Jesus Christ above.
Every single player. Hopefully the game doesn't like auto close or something.
No.
I guess it doesn't do that anymore. There was a time when that still happened in official games. If everyone DCs at the same time, and just default win to Radiant, I think it is, or something when it happened.
Wait, do you remember the time? I think it was when Demon was on EG.
Oh God, look at the freak is like, hello. Can we back
out? Back out of what? Not gonna die. Oh dear.
Oh no.
It's not fine. It's not. No, it's not fine. But yeah, there's a time when Demon was on EG or something, and they had an extended pause. You know, like 10-15 minutes. Someone was getting DDoSed or some. And one of the teams is like, "Are you ready?" And Demon, you know, wants to say go. He types G, double taps the G by accident.
Yeah.
And he pressed enter, but they're still in the pause, so he didn't realize anything was happening. And then Fear is like, "No, wait one step." So they didn't actually resume. But because he typed GG, the counter was still going 10, 9, 8 during the pause. And the game just ends and everyone's like, what?
Do not unpause. The admin has made a executive decision here that this is not stable playing situations. Don't try. Please wait. Probably better to just try it if both teams are ready.
Admin said wait. I believe you listened to your admin. Ping? It's so funny how 100 ping 7 years ago used to be sick. This is legit. I've got... Yeah. And now it's like I don't have 15 ping. Excuse me?
Yeah, we're spoiled these days. I mean, I go to the US to stay with my girlfriend, obviously, and then playing I play scrims and tournaments in Europe from the US. So doing that consistently on 140, 145 is what I get then. It's just around my threshold. Yeah, that's really my pain tolerance for ping, I think. If it was like 180 or something, I would be...
So 140 is like around, you know, a second and a half.
It's not quite that bad. It takes a little bit less, but it's alright. It is frustrating for every single last hit and so on, though. Every single spell usage. First game I played when I got to the US, my captain picks me puck. I'm like, please see masochist. Why are you doing this? He does stuff like that to himself, but he doesn't have to do it to me. Kill our Tusk. Oh, are you gonna kill her?
Leave the poor Tusk alone.
Yeah, come on.
Go when ready.
Are they gonna murder him? Oh, they're going. They're trying to murder him.
Snowball. Yang has
They want that duel win. They don't care.
They sure do. Bye-bye. Z-Freak up at top lane. Hello, what's happening here? Hex in the shackles. Silo's been caught. He's been found with the TP and the damage coming in from Moo. They baited this one out. Oh, the pause has led to a nice little victory there for Complexity.
Yeah, they get the bigger return kill there. There was a dual win at least for VGJ. I feel sad for a Tusk. Come on, man. Poor little Tusk.
Are they moving into Roshan now?
Yeah, they are. They're posting up for it, and they do have the Metamorphosis as well if there's a fight. Brewmaster ulti, of course, available too. Legion, though, Invis here. Quite know it. No detection. This could be disastrous. There's the sentry, but I don't think it's going to see anything. He's going to go in with Yang. He's just waiting to blink in.
Well, Moo is creating space now. Cyclone Medusa. Yang goes in. He's not going to snatch it, though. The limp ATA gets the Aegis as the silence does come out from Fade, but... it's the Moo Brew that's taking down AO. Bane gone. Fade TP's out, and Karma in a bit of trouble here.
Lift.
Another Cyclone again from Moo. Finds the Deuce into the Hex and the CC into damage from Complexity. Really well played, that sequence of events, though.
That's one of the things that I was mentioning right in the draft, why I see it as the hardest counter to Medusa in the game. It is not fun to be a Medusa because you can get held in place forever, and Medusa does not have a good escape when she lands. You can force that. She has a Hurricane Pike, which she does not. So, so far, there's no escape for her. If she gets caught by the lift, she's likely gonna die or just be irrelevant for the entirety of the fight, at least. Push for a tier 2 tower here. They have a little bit of Metamorphosis duration still. But they should be careful about this if they want to stay alive on Complexity.
Lycan nearly has Shapeshift. Yang has the Blink duel.
Really unfortunate he didn't get the steal there on Yang. Tried. He was standing there and had vision from the Wolf the entire time. But they were fast at taking the Aegis with the TA.
Super close, though.
But both him and the Earth Spirit went in, so makes me wonder if Earth Spirit maybe could have rolled first and did a stun, or if Legion should have dueled and, you know, Earth Spirit takes the... oh well.
Well, Legion gets saved by the Earth Spirit this time into the quick duel onto Kyle. Quick and easy kill there, and Z-Freak has put himself in danger as well, so from some perfect moves of Complexity into a very messy one there, thinking Legion was all out on her own, but she had teammates behind her.
Two supports really just overstaying their welcome a little bit here on the mid lane. Now, they're probably going to lose a tower as a result of this. Meanwhile, they're of course farming on the other sides, but that was quite a bit of damage. Dual wins, they really do stack up. In the end, you don't want to give away these easy kills. Because I saw this as a game where Legion is going to struggle to get dual wins. Here she is. 30 damage at minute 16 is not bad. That's a good start.
It's insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, we're looking at the lack of nuke damage, but somehow Yang has found the right targets at the right time.
It is actually quite incredible, but they've used the Lycan quite a bit. So whenever she duels someone, Lycan just runs in and basically swipes them down
Oh,
And here.
Limp is going to find out that his stack has gone, stolen by VGJ.Thunder, and the TP away.
Beautiful TP out there as well by Legion. Safety.
And this all buys a ton of space for the Medusa now. Top lane pushes it all the way out towards tier 1. Complexity very kind of focused in the bottom third of the map.
That's the kind of thing that Medusa generally wants, and the thing that I expected VG to kind of struggle with providing for her, but those nice kills there on mid where they pounced in and just found coL, and coL walking in here confidently, but there is a shrine. Always respect walking up and fighting around that area, because it could go poorly for you, even if you do have an Aegis TA.
coL respecting his opponent? No. No. He was
more respecting the shrine, not the opponent.
He was very bold moving there. Now the smoke coming in. Serpent Ward's down on the tier 1. It is dropping very quickly, but look at Complexity. They've just dropped the wards and run.
Yep. I mean, the wards are going to get cleaned up, though, and Medusa here. And she does get the deny as well, so that's pretty big. They are cutting behind here, but TB scouting with illusions. I don't know if he wants to run this way.
Oh, hello, Chessie. Instant silence. Where's the roll? The duel will come now. Brew arriving in with Moo, getting the big split off. The damage coming out. Chessie's still alive. Sunder ready. Can he get it off in time? He can indeed. Fade will drop. Now Sylar has to get into battle. Chessie with Magnetized on him. He's dropping low. Doesn't have a Sunder left to go. Yang does take a fall, but the Medusa has arrived. Z-Freak, what can he do in the middle of all this fight? He can't do anything. Ripped apart by Sylar, and finally the Cyclone will come out. But VGJ, the damage has already been dealt, and you're right. AO gets it done. Now the Hex. coL saves the day. Is there a stun to stop his TP or just the damage from Bane's sap?
He even had the Nightmare as well. If he somehow had too much HP, he would have stopped as well. Beautiful turnaround there. First a little turnaround the other way, right? Complexity with the Sunder and the play, trying with the Brewmaster ulti. But in the end, it is VGJ who are just stronger. This Lycan is really working out great for them in all these fights. And meanwhile, Medusa was farming quite a bit, but then she came in towards the end and just had an easy team fight in front of her.
Top of net worth now. Yeah. Look at this Medusa go. Yeah. From pretty much no game to the best game of her life. Jane Pike and Mom all completed. Lycan must have Necro 3 by now, right? Super.
Very, very close to having it. And that's an okay timing. Like, perfect would be somewhere around 15, 30, 16 minutes to get it, but with the way he has played, he has helped out so much. He's been part of 13 kills out of the 16 ones in his team, so it's understandable that his timing is not super fast, because farming does provide more gold than going for all these kills for yourself. But it's more about creating space.
I was a big fan when I first saw this build start to come out of a bunch of Chinese players going bootsless on Lycan with a safe lane, you know, just Helm Rush, Necro, Pipe or BKB or AC or something like that, and then, you know, boots would travel later. But I love this treads on the mid Lycan from Sylar coming out quickly, like treads into Helm. The attack speed you get with your ulti form, he's slaying everyone.
As it comes out, you know, as often in Dota, it depends entirely what kind of a situation you're in. If you just want to free farm him as a carry, then yeah, I prefer the bootsless build as well, because that's simply faster at getting the items that you need to take towers. But this build is just, first of all, to last it against the TA on the mid lane, needed that tread, and then later on, he's going to be able to kill so much more if he has the treads when he's fighting.
PA Desolator now, 20 minutes in.
It's a pretty late timing. This is like one of the later timings that you will be still sort of fine with. Anything later than 20 minutes is going to be really a struggle town, but you know, he had a tough early laning stage, and a lot of these fights have not gone the way they needed it. Still though, decent. Like, he has the potential to impact the game now.
Especially with that Moo, Blink Dagger on Brew.
There's a Blade Mail on the... Wants more than 30 dual damage. Oh, very quick snowball.
Well, the Serpent Wolves get dropped on top of the Legion.
Winner.
Z-Freak is already gone. TB metamorphoses into the Fiend's Grip, though the Bane has caught him. Chessie, oh, Sylar jumps in, but he's going to run out. No, he goes back onto the target. Down goes the TB. Buybacks are available. Tusk has forced his out. But with the Stone Gaze dealt, it looks like Complexity don't really have much left in the tank, and the Brew
win
got
already.
caught with a Stone Gaze. I think that's the fight ending.
That was a very big win for them already. The fact that they got the dual win is just, you know, a little bit of added sugar on top. But the Fiend's Grip was beautiful there. Nothing could really stop it. TB goes down quickly to the disable that they had. They got some massive kills, and now they can back out. The buyback was forced. They don't need to even push a tower to translate this into a big win.
And that was without the ether lens on Bane as well, right?
It was just good positioning in general there. It was
fast range talent.
Yeah, the wind lays along with mana boots, and he's quite fast. And again, look at this. He just feasting right now. Yang is playing so good. Seriously.
I don't often like doing this, but we were wrong about the lead.
Yeah, didn't expect it to get so many kills, but
it's worked out.
They've made it work really well. I didn't expect them to get so much out of a Lycan and Jewel combination.
Yeah.
But that actually has been a big component in how she got a lot of the early dual kills. Now, of course, she has the Blade Mail, she has the Blink, and so on. So now she can kind of kill someone. Yeah, she can kind of kill someone on her own. So I don't know if I want to say like it was only VG or if it was Complexity maybe underestimating a little bit and getting caught out as well.
Definitely a bunch of factors in there. Limp jumps away from the Lycan, but VGJ again grouping up, knowing that Roshan could be spawning now, the fastest one, but it's going to be 3 minutes, one of the longest spawn pretty much for Roshan to come back up, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Fast one.
They'll have some time to kill as they now look for the Limp TA Yang.
They're thinking about it. Can I go here? He had a lot of good words with Vision there. Maybe it could have gone on the Rasta, but also the Brewmaster would be there with the blink in. Brew ulti was just coming.
coL being pinged out. I think VGJ know that a smoke play is about to happen.
Yeah, they're already seeing the way they're moving. Very indicative of a smoke. But they didn't deward the Observer. It timed out. Just
No,
barely
they
provided the
did.
vision needed.
They have a gem and they killed it with a quelling.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. But the 100 gold thing popped up. That's the only reason.
Oh, then at least they're gonna be aware that the enemy are aware, kind of thing. But yeah, VG are doing the correct play, I believe, smoking up as well and looking to fight. Didn't claim that high ground already. Around mid, probably debating if they should on mid and force them back, or if they should.
I guess there's nothing really to gain top. There's no tier 2. Pressure onto tier 3 would be annoying,
Well,
but
yeah, sort of. But now they're gonna fight up high ground here afterwards. Can be difficult, but they're conceding the high ground.
well, as the initiation in, Snowball will save the Tusk for now. Backing onto the Deucer, but Brewmaster can't do anything. That Stone Gates means he has to turn tail and run. And now Chessie in with a reflection, but look at Fade from the low ground, a 3-man crush. Now the Fiend's Grip, not sure what it caught there. I think a Centaur, but a good duel will salvage this fight for VGJ.
Oh, it's messy.
Very, very messy battle. Yang surviving barely the skin of his teeth. The Serpent Wards get him as in comes Moo, and down he goes. Limp, the only one to survive there.
Yeah, they're just being overrun in these fights. They're really struggling to deal with the run-in from the Lycan. Even if they have the Brewmaster ulti out, it seems like they just can't stop everyone. Because they kind of want to lift the Lycan, but they also want to lift the Medusa. And still, there's that Yang Legion commander who's absolutely massive in this game. Sure, his net worth is the lowest of the cores, but the impact he's having tremendous.
I'm pretty sure the Bane Nightmare are not hero.
I don't know. There were so many things being done in that fight. I couldn't quite
Just throw your spells in, boys.
Focus on the Bane. I was also looking at the chase of the fire. The fire Bruling was chasing down to the right side, kind of chasing down someone else. A lot of things happening at once.
Limp gets the hell out of bottom lane, moving into an Orchid now. No defensive tools, no Lincolns, no BKB. That straight into more damage and control.
Yeah, the silence is good, but there is still, you know, good defensive spells to be used. The press the attack is very good, of course, for removing it. The Nightmare can still kind of deter TA from continuing killing that one target. I guess it's not a great BKB game, though, and that's kind of why.
Yeah. And then there's lots of things to... Well, I guess there's what? Lincolns, Enfeeble, Nightmare, but Grip and Duel are the big ones.
Yeah. Lincolns would be good for her, for sure. But I think now that you're going for the Orchid, you pretty much have to go back likely for a BKB at some point, because there's Spirit still. Well, he might just skip it entirely and go for damage.
Just go raw damage and try and rely on Moo and Chessie to tank up some of these spells.
Tyler, man, doing good damage to his Roshan here, but a little bit shorted in. Managed to run out, though.
Chessie's illusions get the vision they need. Try and clear up the Necro books.
Oh,
Nicely
that's nice
done.
money. 200 gold for killing that one.
Jay, this time they hold the high ground. biding their time.
They
for
didn't even need
complexity.
the high ground there. They just took it when they wanted it. They ran in with Lycan and the high ground is theirs. Wow.
Z-Freak spotted, found, killed.
I like how he rolls out again. He's like, I'm out. Did my job. They didn't duel for him as well, so they still have that available. And they're going on to Yang.
Oh man, can they save the... Yes, they can. Yang Legion still alive with the Glimmer and the help now. The Fiend's
There
been
it
the
is.
duel. Goodbye, Chessie. Dead for a minute. TA not available in this fight. VGJ just absolutely slaughtering complexity at this point, running rampant through on a Radiant lineup as
VG are
Kyle.
playing so good. They're
another
actually
kill.
just doing absolutely amazing here. But also, I feel complexity, they need to be faster at just giving up that Roshan after they lose Z-Freak there. Or, Z-Freak, sorry. Confusing when one player plays Tusk in the previous game and then
And it
another
swaps.
one in the same team plays Tusk this game. But yeah. They should just have abandoned a little bit faster there. Now they end up losing basically everyone apart from TA, and they lose Duel, and they lose Roche. All coming apart, and that was the cheese as well. That's
Sure was.
really, really tough stuff.
And now you have this Earth Spirit holding Kyle's gem, awarding all these Observe Awards as well.
Yeah,
Medusa.
without any vision, it closing in on that time when you're gonna be forced to sit in base again. Wow. Duel. Not even a chance to survive the late mail. At this point, Legion is so strong that she can basically solo kill any single hero on the side of Radiant, and she even had Bane helping.
And then with the BKB, she's going to be unstoppable in the next fight.
Exactly, she can just run in and force the issue on whichever target she wants to duel. That target is pretty much dead. Top, trying now on Medusa, but she ages. Simple.
Serpent Ward's in. A lot of damage. Maybe the first life will go.
Yeah.
No wand or anything like that, so Medusa dead now.
Earth Spirit, you need to save me.
Where is my Earth Spirit? Well,
Oh,
it looks
they
like
give up.
Complexity give up, realizing that the movement from VGJ.Thunder has been swift and decisive. They were moving in for a fight.
It's a wise move to just back up there, because they had cooldown on some spells still. Better to just get the Aegis and back out, not lose anything, than to try and overcommit and get... Because they might get the kill, but then they would probably all die to Lycan just running them down and Duel again coming in from behind.
Oh, here comes Lycan down the middle lane. Carry. Shift it into the next gear, takes down another tier 2. Move up towards top and look for that one up there. Kyle, nice little job there. Shoving out this wave, making sure there's no easy transition for VGJ to just swing from one lane to another.
I'm surprised that Styler prefers the CR on Lycan, by the way, as opposed to the 8 HP region. Of course, that 8 turns into like 20 or something when you pick it, right? So you could have a monstrous amount of HP region. CDR doesn't feel that strong, but he is using his ulti quite often. Since he goes for a shapeshift duration, once he's level 20, that's when it starts being worth having the CDR and the duration together.
And I guess having a cooldown reduction on Necrobook, BKB,
yeah,
pretty handy as well.
It becomes quite handy, but overall, it's basically just for shapeshift and the Necrobook cowl to...
But look at this,
Oh,
the net.
He should take one of these catapults.
He doesn't like. He just doesn't like
He
catapults.
really
I swear.
does not. Does he have a catapult anywhere? I don't think so,
He
right?
likes Hellbear Smashers.
Come on, Tyler, you're a Lycan with Assault Cuirass and Helm of Dominator, and you don't want a catapult? Like, it's insanely powerful next to you. Actually makes me scratch my head a little bit.
They have pressed the attack on the catapult as well, remember?
They do.
Like,
the catapult would be hitting harder than Medusa or Lycan in this
insane.
push. He actually would.
I mean, he doesn't have a... Unless he's got a Helm Creep bottom lane or something. I mean, the split push is coming. TB, Limp, and Chessie
both
onto
teams
the
are pushing
racks.
fast.
They are pushing incredibly quickly here as watch bottom lane. No fight kicking off just there. They will get a kill down up towards top as Sylar brings one down, but Yang jumps in. BKB Blade Mail, not finding a target just yet. Limp gripped up, and here we go with a duel. No, it's on cooldown, but they'll get the kill anyway. Limp falls. Racks
and
stand.
Brewmaster ulti used to defend against the Lycan as well. Lycan got shackled up by the Rasta, but used his Necrobook and his Wolves just to kill the Rasta during it, because he had his ulti going. So all his units has that 40% crit, which is insane, like. Or the 200% damage on a 40% chance crit. Pretty insane, all the crit. It's so hard.
Pretty funny.
The entire
Sup?
zoo.
Serpent Wards as well were spent top lane to try and defend. I mean, Complexity come out of that trade structurally even, but TA dying again. I guess when you're behind like this, it doesn't feel so bad.
The downside is that the cooldowns are already up again, right? And here we see essentially another pick-off going for the Tusk. Gonna be hard to survive for that one.
You can try Snowball, but death is inevitable. Let's see if Freak picks a tumble
Legion
there.
is looking for a pick somewhere else as well. Rasta is gonna be the target if he comes up a little bit too far. Legion.
Hello. Hello, Kyle. Oh, goodbye, Kyle.
And that's very close to all she wrote, I believe, but they're still trying to hang in there. They have the buybacks, but I think they're gonna have to use some.
Yeah, Tusk spends his. Like Shadow Shaman might have to get himself out of the grave as well with some lovely coin.
Yeah. Well, you can't prevent the mega creeps from happening pretty much.
Well, Terrorblade arrives. He wants to fight. In jumps Limp, trying to get some damage in through Karma onto the back lines with the Sideblade splash, but they found the Lycan. Cheese not available, buys his full BKB. But VGJ.Thunder, they've done the damage, they've killed the Rax, now they jump in to look for kills. They've got the two-man stun with the Magnetize as well. Fade has caught them, and it looks like they've killed them as well. Moo, not a chance in hell.
It's
Buyback
all
available, but GG has been called.
Very well played by VG in this game. I mean, Complexity, I don't even think that they played that bad in this series. It was just that VG, they played one step ahead. And for sure, they're looking like the continuers here.